Okay, so I'm beginning with a Raisin Cane's offer at 5 p.m. Chicken place, but I rejected the 16 and a half to go 7 miles for 26 minutes, even though great order. But I rejected it because it's going far out of the zone I want to. It's still part of the Uber Eats bonus program that I'm aiming for here. But I'm hoping for a little closer one to begin. I just want kind of short and quick, and I'm really aiming for the bonuses as a priority. So it's early on in the weekend here, and I'm going to aim for this bonus with Uber Eats. I have to do, let's see, about 11 deliveries from 5 to 9 p.m. to capture all bonuses. So I'm going to be going for as much as I possibly can. I'm hoping for short trips. And I'm not going to wait for $2 per mile offers for each of them. I would rather just complete short ones and aim for bonus money if possible. It's kind of a give and take, what you are okay with or not. I can offer some assistance in that area, but yeah, so very interesting. So I'm actually going to begin with an $8 order to go almost 6 miles. So not as good as the opener that I rejected, but it's going to go 24 minutes, and I'm staying kind of in the general area, which is what I want. So I go ahead and take that, and right after I get an add-on for another mile for $5, so I take that one. So that'll make 2 orders in that first hour, and that second one should take 11 minutes or so from Hat Creek Burger Place. And both of those orders went okay, and then I ended up at a place called Maar's Pizza, all in the same hour. So I pick up the third order within that first hour, and that's the benefit of staying close. You can really aim for more orders and hit the bonus, the 10 or 11 that you may need in 4 or 5 hours, what have you, according to bonuses, because different locations run different programs, and they call those quests, Uber Eats quests. But this third one was from Maar's Pizza, so a really interesting place. I want to talk about one mistake I made when leaving Maar's Pizza is I avoided kind of near that highway system or where it's busy because they have more restaurants there, and I wanted to stay kind of in the more softer areas to where there wasn't a lot of traffic. Only problem is there weren't a lot of restaurants, and I should have went the direction of restaurants because that's the purpose is short, quick trips. And so by doing so, I probably could have picked up another order, but that one was a no-go. So that didn't work out real well for a little bit of time there. You just got to catch yourself, especially during those when you're aiming for quests, is to catch yourself the mistakes that you do, maybe jot it down or some, notation to the self, like I do, and correct that. So you stay away from things like that. You don't want them to become little habits and then end up wasting 5 or 10 minutes, of that shift when you could take it at an extra order. So I did also take a Taco Bell for almost 3 miles for $8, 16 minutes or so, stayed in the general area, and that one went A-okay. And then, of course, I rejected $11 to go 8.4 miles for 2 deliveries that would have taken about a half an hour. I should have taken those because it's more about the bonus money, some of the high, super high bonuses to be efficient with time. I should have taken that. It's a little bit more out of the area. So it's going, 6, 7, 8 miles straight. It says 8.4 miles, but I'm talking in one direction. It could be 7 miles straight if you were to draw a straight line. So it's more out there than I'm comfortable with, and so I avoided it. But I should have because they have restaurants in that area of town to the south. So I believe that was probably a mistake and slowed me up. But let's see if I'm able to get the bonuses anyway. Okay, so this one was not self-inflicted like an earlier error or two, but this one I went to Golden Corral, 20-minute order, $4.25 to go 5.7 miles. The only reason I'm taking this backwards order a little bit is because of the bonuses. Like I said, some of the bonuses are so high, they're paying $14, $20, $22 and higher. So if I can reach, so that's just fine. I want to hit those Not every order need be backward, but I just wanted to get this one quick because it's a 20-minute one. Golden Corral, and someone had already picked it up. They said I was like the third person. 2 people came by already, so that was a bust. At least that one was nearby the drop-off of the other one, so it didn't hurt me too much. But when that happens, I mean, you just got to go with the flow and continue on. If you do short shifts, short trips, and not really long ones, you see the advantages. If you go out really long or something and somebody already picked it up, you may end up messing up your time within that 4 or 5 hour window, whatever you have to hit, your quest promotion goals. So, but this one worked out okay because it was just after leaving the last one. Oh, one little error there. The order was Golden Corral $5.95 to go 3.2 miles, so almost a $2 per mile for 16 minutes, about the same distance. I rejected the first one actually, and maybe that was the same location. Actually, it's a different location than that first one I rejected, just slightly different. But in any event, when I got there, they had already picked it up or whatever. So, but there's certainly nothing wrong with either of those orders taking it to finish really efficiently in 15 or 20 minutes. Here's another really short one from McDonald's, 21 minutes, go 5 miles to get paid $6.82. As a usual thing, I want to caution, you don't want to go out taking orders for $6, $7, or $8 to go 5 miles. You want to wait for better things, but because of bonus promotions specifically, these are treated different in order to be efficient with your time, again, and to make it through these things. But I ended up taking that one to a nearby neighborhood, and that one went just fine, no problem at all. And then I passed on a 36-minute double order, $10.50 to go 11 miles because it's going way outside of the zone I'm comfortable with and way out of town. And that will hurt me specifically because one other reason, instead of being way out and worried about restaurants and there being availability, the second reason is because if you look on your quests now, because each person has different ones, but it says only if you pick up the food from town. It could say something like that on your quest. And if you're outside of town, you have to work yourself back to a restaurant in town to make sure the restaurant you pick up from is actually in the city or town, according to the quest instructions. So you got to know those details that are found on the bottom, and you got to know them well, because one 15-minute mess up can mess up the whole thing. One 30-minute, round trip mess up for yourself can really just throw a wrench in the whole thing, and you could be missing out at $20 or more, and affecting that chain effect can become negative. Okay, now we're going to hit Jimmy John's for 20-minute order, $6.79 for 5 miles. Again, pretty much a mile per dollar or whatever, but and gas has been high recently, but fuel, that is certainly okay. Get it moving and get it out of the way. And as soon as that one finished, another 2.5 miles for $9.50. Here's a good order. Go 14 minutes for Mars Pizza again. This is second pickup from Mars Pizza this evening. A real fun place. That looks like a real fun get-together pizza place. I don't know. I've never tried that, but the decor inside is really interesting with aliens and the different different things going on inside there. And I see families go there and in pickups too. And their pizzas, some of them look really large. So quite an interesting place. And then right after that, I went to another pizza place called Pizza Patron, or Patron, Patron. And that was $7.32 for 6.6 miles. Take it real quick for 25 minutes. That one went just fine. And then I was behind a little bit. It had been 7:45 or so, and I have till 9. I don't know. I made like 3 or so left, something like that, 3 or 4, to hit all 11 that I need for all the bonuses. So that's where I'm at currently. So what I had to do was take a $4.80 to go 4.9 miles. You know, that's not a problem when some of those $20 plus bonuses coming up to take an order or two. So go ahead and do that. 14 minutes. And I was able to complete that. And that one went just fine. And then I passed basically on a double order of specs where you must verify ID. And here's why I did this on bonus day, because I usually don't mind taking alcohol, but when I think about it, they say when you deliver alcohol, if the person doesn't have an ID or something goes wrong or they reject the order, and I think in all alcohol orders, I've had one time where the person rejected, they didn't want it, they changed their mind, I had to take it back. And even the Uber Eats tells you with alcohol, you need to take it back should the customer refuse or whatever. So that's a pass for me. I don't want that going back and forth and all that and ruining, you know, this opportunity. So I just passed on specs, even though double order, it was $7.31 to go 10 miles, first of all, so not the best high paying. It would probably close the gap on all those promotions, but I wasn't going to risk that one. I just is busy enough where I can wait for more. It's not even 8 p.m. yet, and I have till 9 p.m. So the very next order was one from Demos. Demos is a Greek food. That's Demo, as in Mark. Demos Greek food. And for $5.31 to go 6.6 miles, no problem. 22 minutes. Knocked that one out okay. And I don't think that was the last one. I think there was a... Give me just a moment. Yeah, after that Greek food place, there was the McDonald's, $5 to go 3.7 miles, 17-minute trip, no problem. I think I have one or two left to hit it. It's 8:22, so just knock that one out as quick as I can. And that one gave me $24 bonus, so that was a $29 to go 3.7 miles, no problem. Actually, yeah, the last, I believe the last one was, I believe that was the last one. And at 8:30, just after 8:30, about 8:37 or so, I finished up with all 11 orders. That's starting at 5. So, I mean, that's super. You're talking about, I'm doing about 3 orders per hour. And that's, I have found that's kind of my max out. I can't really do more than that. 2 is old standard, but when you're looking for short trips, when you're planning efficiently, when you're getting near, number 1, a lot of restaurants, a restaurant locale, a center, and number 2, short trips. Those 2 tips, by the way, bonus tips there. Those are power tips. But if you can do that, and you can close the gap on those times. So I do 3 per hour when I'm really concentrated like that. And from 5 to 8:37, I was able to complete 11 orders, you know, practically 3 an hour. So it just went terrific. After the quest, I was able to complete the 12th order in that 4-hour period. Sure enough, 3 per hour. And it was the Chillin' Nitrogen Ice Cream Shop, 11.5 to go 7.7 miles. For 21 minutes or so for that last a bit of the hour. And so that was just extra bonus money thrown on. And so I just wanted to say, I did see orders that were to give you $5 or $6 to go 20 and 25 miles. I saw some of that stuff, and there is no way that I'm going deep into the countryside or hillside territories. And first of all, horrific pay. Second of all, you don't hit any bonuses. Third of all, it's like you shoot yourself in the foot and you've just canceled your whole shift is just shot. I mean, you don't want to deal with anything like that. But I saw stuff like that 2, 3, 4, 5 times at least. I mean, I rejected a lot, but I began with 2, 3, maybe a 3% acceptance rate, and I ended this shift with a 13%. I think it's around 13%, the current acceptance rate. So just super. I was able to keep busy, take a lot like that, and hit all the bonuses for all the $88 on their bonus. Just terrific. So afterwards, I worked for just a couple hours, no bonuses or anything. No bonuses hit. They had like deliver 5 for $10 and few more dollars past that, but I wasn't able to do it because it slows down anyway through no fault of my own. But I went $9 for 4.7 miles, 20-minute trip from Whataburger. Couldn't find the place. Awful thing, kind of like in the hillside or something. And if you miss your turn, it's real dark. I had to turn around once and twice, and that was a mess. Turned into like a 45-minute order. So that wasn't good. So then to take me back in the direction I needed to go, 20 miles, 36 minutes. For $16.49 because I just wanted to go back in the direction I came from. So a little bit of a backward order, but that's fine. I'll just take it instead of dead miles and everything. So that went okay. And I practically ended almost, but I took the $9 for 6.5 miles to go 24 minutes on a trip. And then that went okay. And basically, that was it. I did end up with one bonus tip. Instead, $9.50, the customer gave $15.56. So, like, what is that? $6 more on the tip from Maar's Pizza. So they appreciated that. I remember for both of those trips, I used a hot bag from Maar's Pizza, and I think it did work. It kept it pretty warm because they ordered so much. It was kind of snug in there. So as you can see here at the end of the shift, I have Uber Eats Pro Green currently, and if I aim for Gold, I need a 30% acceptance rate. I believe I was saying 85 or 90% in a prior video. That was incorrect. Maybe that's a higher tier or something, but 30%. I got my acceptance rate in one day today, went from 3% to 12%. So, because I was just accepting so much on those bonuses and stuff like that. So my cancellation rate, 2%, that's great. 100% satisfaction and a 97% on-time rate. So Gold is doable if you stay real active. You can look into the benefits for that program if you want, but I'm okay just doing what I'm doing. If anything, I think with them you can save on taxes. I think that might even be a green account where you can potentially save TurboTax at tax time. I'm unsure about that, but if you have green, like I currently do, you can open that and see about that benefit. So happy to share some of the trip with you, the visitor, and about the, the journeys around the place and everything. I enjoyed that Maar's Pizza going there a couple times. I like going there. They have the decor is real nice inside and the atmosphere and everything. So until next time.